information together to come up with the equation of the line. And so today we're talking about slope-intercept form. So the equation of a line that's not vertical can be written in slope-intercept form. Does anybody think they know why it's called slope-intercept form? Well, when it's in this form, you can actually read the slope and the intercept just like that. Okay, so this is slope-intercept form. An equation is in the form y equals mx plus b. What does m stand for again? Slope. What does b stand for again? The y-intercept. So do you see why slope-intercept? You can just read it off there. Okay, so let's just for fun look at this equation or this line here and see what the equation of it is. Oh, it's the b is in a weird spot, but really you could just say the equation is y equals mx plus b because we can't read. We don't know what the scale is or anything like that. So anyways, let's do example 1. We're not going to rack our brain on that one. A line has a slope of -7/4 and a y-intercept of 5. Write the equation for this line. Let's do it. So we're substituting into y equals mx plus b. This is our m, so that goes in that spot. This is my b, so that goes in that spot. And then our final answer would be y equals -7/4 x plus 5. So make sure you remember to put the x in. Some people forgot that on the last test when they were doing the calculator equation. They just wrote the numbers. You need to have an x that's getting multiplied by the slope here. Okay, next one. A line has a slope of 1/2 and a y-intercept of -3. Circle the correct equation. A slope of 1/2 and a y-intercept of -3. So which one is it? C. Does everybody see? That would be, I don't know why they give us the graphs here. But let's just look at the graphs for fun. So do you see here's our y-intercept? Do you see it's at 1/2? And then the slope of 3, if I make it in rise over run form, that means I'm going down 3. So I'm going down 1. Remember, if we're at the halves, we have to go to the half. So 1, 2, 3, and then over 1. Do you see there's my second point? Yes? Let's look at this one. I have my y-intercept at 3, and then a slope of -1/2. What happens if the negative's stuck on the side of it? What do you do with that negative? Put it on the top. Always put it on the top. So write it as -1/2. So then you're going down 1/2. There's my second spot, right? And then, of course, this one is a y-intercept of 3. A slope of 1/2 is up 1/2. There's my second graph here. Okay, so now we're going to use slope and y-intercept to graph this. So, what's my slope? Yes, 5/1. What is my y-intercept? 2. So how do we graph this? First, we plot what? I'm sorry? First, we plot the y-intercept, which is 2. Yes? And then we do what at that y-intercept of 2? We go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/1. Does everybody understand that method of graphing? Okay. Now we're going to take our ruler and connect the dots. Do I leave it as short, stubby lines like this? Do I leave it as a short, stubby line? No. Extend it and put arrows, right? Extend it and put arrows. There's an arrow, there's an arrow. Okay, now we have to write the equation to describe the line. So, it gives you a scale here, so I can read this properly. What is this point right there? That's a -1, and what is that equal to? That's our y-intercept, or b, right? our y-intercept. Okay, so now all you have to do is find one other point to the y-intercept, or 2 points, it doesn't matter, and measure the slope. So do you see I'm going up 1, 2, 3 over 1. So what kind of slope is that? 3 over 1, which is 3, yes? And watch this, I could have also done it to the other point here and just reduce it. Are we paying attention? We're going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops, 6 and over 2. Do you see 6 over 2 would also reduce to the slope of 3? I could also go from this point to this point. I'll do a different color here. 1, 2, 3 over 1. Do you see it doesn't matter where I'm measuring the slope. It's going to be the same slope no matter what, right? Okay, now we're going to put it all together in y equals mx plus b form. So what's my equation? Y equals 3x minus 1. Very good. Okay, let's do the next one. What is my y-intercept? 4. Okay, what is my slope? Up 2 over 3. Does everybody see that? Up 2 over 3. And always match your slope. Positive, it's going up to the right. Negative, it's going down, right? So make sure you put that into play as well. So my equation is y equals 2 over 3x plus 4. Very good. Okay, moving on. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, so the question is if I wrote this as y equals 3 over 1 x minus 1, it's not, it should always be in simplest form. So there's an error code for not simplest form or whatever that I'd circle. You get it right, but then I'd take it off later. So if you did it every time, you wouldn't lose all the marks. Okay, so now we have to graph it using this. So what do I start with again? What do I start with again? The y-intercept, which is 1. Do you see it's 1? And then a slope of negative 3 over 2. What do I do with the negative? We're going to go down. Yeah, so you can write it as negative 3 over 2, which is down 3, right 2. Or how else could I do it if I run out of room? I could have it 3 over negative 2, which means I'm going up 3, left 2. Usually we do this, though, right? So from this point, I'm going down 3, 1, 2, 3 over 2, 1, 2, and then check that I'm going down to the right. Do you see I would end up on the same line if I went up 3, 1, 2, 3, left 2, 1, 2? Do you see I'm still on that same line? Okay, so either or, you're going to get the same thing, right? Connect the dot, put some arrowheads, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, let's do the next one. Maybe I'll give you a second to do it on your own. Okay, so y-intercept is negative 3, so there's negative 3, and then I'm doing a slope of up 7 over 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I connect the dots, right? And then I extend it, right? Okay. There we go. All right. So now we have a word problem. To join the local gym, Kareem pays a startup fee of $99 plus a monthly fee of $29. Write an equation for the total cost C for n months at the gym. So if it provides you with the variables here, you need to use those variables. You cannot use y and x, right? You have to use their variables. Okay, so if you're having trouble, which some people do have trouble, do a couple of coordinates to see what's going on. So first off, does C, the cost, depend on n the months, or does n the months cost depend on C, the cost? Which one depends? Yeah, the cost depends on the number of months. So if you were to do a table of values, for instance, this would be C, this would be n. Everybody see that? So say I join the gym and don't even show up. How much does it cost me? Yeah, so no months, it cost me $99, right? Do you see 1 month it costs how much? 128? Yes? Because 1 month, it'll cost me $99 startup fee plus the 1 month fee, which is $29. And each month after that, it's going up by $29, right? So does everybody see, here is my y-intercept. Do you see that's my y-intercept? Yes? And how much it's going up by is my rate of change. Yes? Okay? So what's my equation? C equals 29n plus 99. Very good. So suppose Kareem went to the gym for 23 months. What's the total cost? So what am I going to do with this 23 months? Times what by 29? Oh, yes. That's what. So we're going to be subbing in 23 in for n. So C equals 29 times 23 plus 99. And the total cost is a dollar amount, and we have a calculator. We have a calculator. $766. Wow. All right. Now, suppose the cost was $505. How many months did Kareem use the gym? So where are we putting the 505 in? We're putting it into C. So 505 equals 29n plus 99. So how do I solve for n? Yeah. So subtract 99. I'm not going to show that step. So I get 406 equals 29n. You're welcome to start skipping those steps where you subtract 99 to both sides. You're good now, right? Okay. So then what do I do in my next step? Divide by 29. I get n equals 14. And what's my units? Months. Does everybody see this more simplistic way of showing it? You don't have to show every step. I actually like it better this way. It's easier to mark. It's not so messy, right? Okay. Could the total cost be exactly $600? Justify your answer. So how can I figure that out? Do the same thing as the last one. So go 600 equals 29 plus 29n plus 99. So I'm going to go 600 subtract 99. And I get 501. Okay. Then what do I do? Divide. And I get n is approximately 17.2758, blah, 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 blah. So then I need to answer the question. So this is my justification. And what am I saying? Could the cost be exactly? No. The cost cannot be exactly $600 because why? Because why? Yeah, so you can't have partial months? Yeah. Because you can't, well, you pay for full months. How about that? Maybe we could write it that way. Because you pay for full months. Right? You don't pay per day. You don't pay whatever. You pay per month, the full month. Okay?